Yo, what's good? It's your boy Dot from Dot Me Now Coaching and Entertainment. For coaching, my links are down below. All kinds of spiritual readings. We have astral divinations down below to help you guys find out what's going on inside the astral for you, along with how to get better at astral projection, seeing what's holding you back. I got all that stuff down below. You know what I'm saying? I have the Patreon down below. I have an Astral Mastery course down below. There's a Discord down below. All my social media is down below. I posted a video about Inner Earth on my Instagram, so check that out. Links are all down below. But inside this video, I want to talk about astral projection versus lucid dreaming. Are they the same? Are they different? If they are different, what makes them different? You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about all that. So, real quick, like the video and stop playing games with your boy. If you be watching my videos and you don't like it, like, why you not showing support? Now you can't be mad if people don't show you support. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying that no one gonna show you support. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I'm saying, like your actions get reflected back to you. So if you want some support inside your life, you might as well support me by dropping a like on this video and subscribing if you're new. Now, without further ado, let's get into this YouTube video. So, astral projection versus lucid dreaming. Are they the same or are they different? They're actually the same exact thing, which let me explain why. You see, people associate astral projection only with out of body experiences, right? Now, an OBE, right, an outer body experience is usually defined by you seeing yourself coming out of your body. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you see yourself come out of your body and do all that stuff, right, you're entering into the astral plane. But understand that dreams also take place on the astral plane, and all that astral projection is simply projecting your consciousness to the astral plane. You see what I'm saying? There's actually different layers of the astral plane, and there's different ways you can astral project. I talk about all this in the course down below. That's why it's an astral mastery course. Whether you want lucid dreaming, OBE, whatever the heck, I got all the sauce about what the astral even is. With lucid dreaming, like, look right here, bro. I got my course pulled up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need this. Y'all need this. Y'all need that. Y'all need that. Now, if you can't afford it, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just letting you guys know that I break down really in depth these different things. But for the ones who can't afford that, I'm going to do my best to break down what I can inside this video. So, like I was saying before, lucid dreams are a form of astral projection because you're still inside the astral plane. Niggas be saying, oh yeah, you have the dream realm, then the astral realm. First of all, it's not a realm, it's a plane. You know what I'm saying? It's a plane. And there's no such thing as a dream. The dream plane happens in the astral plane. You know what I'm saying? Different levels, you know? Like when shamans, right? When shamans do shamanic journeying, right? Y'all do understand that they're not always seeing themselves come out of body, but they're still going to very real places. Like, why would I see myself come out of my body and then fly up to space and then go to freaking Arcturus when I could just directly project to Arcturus? You see what I'm saying? Like I could like you could literally meditate, right? Then get into a state and then project your consciousness to where you want to go without even seeing yourself coming out of body. Now, it still may feel like holy shit, I'm separating and going somewhere, but it's not. You don't gotta always just see yourself float out your body then go there. You know what I'm saying? Like no. So why do people confuse the two? Number one, like I said, they think that OBEs are the only form of astral projection, you know? Which I could understand it. That's the way it's most commonly used. Like astral projection and OBE gets seen as the same exact thing, which technically an OBE is a form of astral projection. You see what I'm saying? So anytime you project your consciousness to the astral plane, you're astral projecting. You see what I'm saying? So with a few more things that confuse people, right? People tend to consider dreams as not as real or like they just made it up, right? A lot of your dreams aren't even quote unquote made up. The most that you make up inside your dreams is how you interpret what's going on. And here's what I mean. So in life, right, somebody could try to give you advice, you know, But depending on your perception and what beliefs you hold and what thoughts you hold, this person's advice could sound like they're scolding you. You see what I'm saying? So when they're talking to you, you perceive it and interpret it as being scolded. Now, what does that show? That shows how inside your everyday life, it's very easy to fall into dream-like scenarios, aka scenarios when you're not that conscious and you're just making up shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that person is not scolding you. You're just making that up based upon your own thoughts and beliefs and all that, right? But the situation is real. Like they're still talking to you. You're just interpreting it wrong. Now, here's how that applies to dreams, right? Let's say you're going to the astral, right? And you're learning certain shit, right? But your brain and your mind is not holding any information which can help you to properly perceive what this school actually looks like. Like, let's say this school looks super advanced and it's some shit that you've never seen before. It's gonna be hard for you to come back to your body and then download that memory of what that shit looks like if you never even seen no shit like that before, especially if you don't have a vivid imagination. So, with all that being said, right, because you can't interpret the true school, you may see it as your high school. Now, here's the thing. You're still going to school and learning. It's just that you're not interpreting it as clear as you could because you're seeing it as your high school when it's really some galactic school. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same with in real life how so many things happen in real life and we just interpret it kind of wrong based upon the information we hold inside of our head. Like I could actually like for instance, let's say I'm pretty like this usually happens by the way. Like you'll interpret it kind of off when you're unconscious in the astral, right? So when you go to the astral and you're more unconscious, you tend to interpret it based upon the images and thoughts and beliefs that your mind already holds. So when you're unconscious inside the astral, your astral school could look like your high school. But as you become more conscious, it starts to take the shape of like the actual astral school. I've experienced this shit before where I've been somewhere and it looks like normal fucking reality, but as I become aware, the whole entire shit starts to shift. That's just like real life. In real life, when you're not that conscious, you cannot perceive properly what's going on. You're gonna have false interpretations, right? The more conscious you become, the more of the true form you actually see. So if you were truly conscious during talking to that person who's giving you advice, you would see they're giving me advice. A fully conscious person would know that shit. A person who's not that conscious and has all these certain beliefs and mindsets could take it as I'm being scolded because they're not that conscious. It could be said that they're literally dreaming, right? So dreams tend to be defined by unconscious astral experiences and experiences which you just create and you just make the fuck up, right? But it's very rare to have a dream where you just made everything up because there is a certain level inside the astral where you can't just make everything up. But most people enter that place unconsciously. And that's very important because when you enter that place unconsciously, there are various different influences that take you away from that level of the astral, whether it be your spirit guides or simply just your deep down unconscious emotions, you know, and karmic tendencies. So I actually explained that way more in depth on the course. Of course I do. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to say that because people say, dog, I want to astral project. Da, 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 da. I'm like, dude, do you have dreams? Yeah. Congrats. You're already astral projecting. All you have to do now is just be more conscious at nighttime. Which, by the way, I teach that inside my course. I teach in the course how to become more conscious at nighttime and how to also build a state of consciousness where it's like you can literally just sit down. And if your body like it don't got to be nighttime. It could be the middle of the day, right? If your body is like tired enough, you could put yourself in a certain kind of state and then astral project by either seeing yourself leave your body or by just being in the reality right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So I teach all these different things, and it's maybe like, why is he promoting so much? Well, I just dropped a new course. Why wouldn't I promote that shit? You know what I'm saying? But I'm still giving out sauce here because even though I give techniques inside the course, you could technically do certain shit on your own, especially if you can't afford this stuff. But if you can afford it and you don't want to like find out your own shit, you know what I'm saying? I got the course for you right there. But anyway, yeah. All you need to do now is just become more aware of your nighttime experiences and then learn to begin to control them. And when I say control them, I don't mean from the human perspective. I mean like from your higher self's perspective. So here's what I mean, right? Most people just dream and they just have random ass dreams, right? As you become more conscious, you can direct the flow of your dreams. And it's best to do this from the awareness of your higher self, which I also mentioned how to connect with your astral higher self inside the course. I mentioned I'm telling you, this is what, a 15 section course with like 89 videos. And I'm gonna keep on updating the course whenever I see fit. You know what I'm saying? I could still add and update the course right now if I want to. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, we got bonus tips, all kinds of shit, right? So long story, my fault, bro. I ain't trying to keep on referring back to the course, but every time I say some shit that I can't go in depth on right now, I'm gonna just be like, yo, it's in the course, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyway, when you start to become more conscious, you naturally begin to connect with your astral higher self anyway, and you'll kind of just know what you want to do at nighttime. You can actually start doing that shit on purpose. Now, that's what I do, but not all the time. Like last night, I didn't really do that shit, but I experienced some shit about Tibetan dream assassins. If you guys ever saw the movie Inception, it's kind of like that. Tibetan dream assassins would operate like how the main character in Inception does, with how he goes inside niggas' dreams to try to do certain shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's a cool way to see them, right? A basic, simple way. Like it's actually more expanded than that, but Inception gives you a good idea of Tibetan dream assassins. But even with that, right? I didn't choose where I was gonna go. Like I did say I was gonna go to Bhutan, you know what I'm saying? And then all that shit, the whole Tibetan dream assassin shit, that stemmed from me going to Bhutan. So I did choose Bhutan, but everything else after, I ain't choose that shit. I just got to Bhutan. I was told certain shit. I went to Tibet. I was learning certain shit. They told me to do certain shit. I was doing Tibetan dream assassin shit, and that shit was cool as hell. Long story short, right? So even with that, I kind of did dictate it, but not the full thing. And even with that, right, I made sure that night I did certain shit to be more aware during my dreams, you know, which I explained how to do that inside the course. But nah, let me stop. You could actually do certain things to make yourself more aware before nighttime. So that way at nighttime, you're at least conscious of what you're doing. And understand this too. As you begin to clear different karmic tendencies, and also as you begin to learn your different life lessons that apply to like your character and how to operate physical reality, you start to have more expanded dreams that deal with spiritual wisdom and even higher than that. You know what I'm saying? So I want to mention that too, because a lot of people, when they astral project, right, for the first time, they're doing it on like some OBE shit, right? Then it's like they'll OBE, then it's like they'll just have like that quick experience, right? And it seems like, oh my god, it's so real, whatever the fuck, right? Now when it comes to dreams, right, dreams actually could feel the same way, but most of the time you're entering the astral unconsciously. Like when you do an OBE technique, you're entering it more consciously. Therefore, it's not as fantasy like, right? And it's just not all random and confusing, right? But when it comes to dreams, you enter those in a bit more of an unconscious state. You see what I'm saying? And when you're inside these unconscious states, when you're inside these unconscious states, you'll either have your desires and your karmas pull you. Like you either have your that's gonna be the first thing mainly, right? Because the pool of unconscious emotions and stuff like that, and the pool of like desire and your karmas is gonna like pull you mainly to the astral level of the etheric plane. You see what I'm saying? Or the 2D astral, right? I explain that more inside the course, right? But long story short, first things first, that your desires will pull you at first, right? As you clear out your desires, you're gonna get pulled by your spirit guides and your higher thoughts, which want you to learn certain things about how to be a better human inside this life. Then as you learn those things, you can now start having crazier spiritual experiences. And I mention that because some people may think like, oh, well, when I OBE, it kind of seems like the more spiritual experiences. Why is it not the same with dreams? Because in dreams, you're a bit more unconscious. Therefore, other things are pulling you. Because even inside the astral, my fault, even during OBEs, right? When you OBE, this happened to me several times. You could be in an OBE and then start to fall unconscious, then see what the fuck happens. Like, literally, I've been inside OBEs, right? And it's like, as I fall unconscious, the whole reality begins to change like a normal ass dream, because they both take place in the same exact place, the astral plane. You see what I'm saying? Like it's the same exact shit. Like there's literally been times where Like I've been inside like actually I mentioned inside the video about astral projecting to my neighbor's party shit, right? I saw myself come out of body and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But best believe it started getting real dream like because I was getting pulled by various different things. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, right? But even aside from just that, like there's been times like I literally came out of body, right? Then it's like I won't be that conscious, and it's like I'm literally like walking like this is so vivid. I was walking outside on the sidewalk, right? And it's like as I was walking outside on the sidewalk, the whole reality shifted, and it's like I was like in my school. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I was like literally in my school. You know what I'm saying? And a few things happened from there. Then I went fully unconscious. So peep game right now. When you have dreams, right? Who's to say that you didn't just leave your body and then just start falling unconscious inside the astral and then start to generate a new experience? Because that, like, who's to really say, bro? Like, how do you know you didn't just pop out your body and then just live it as if it was a normal last day, which made your dream experiences, right? You don't fully know that. And the thing is, since I have had many times where I've just popped out of body without even trying and stuff like that, like I at least see myself come out my body and stuff like that, I've saw how when I pop out of body and stuff on some unconscious shit, it always becomes dreamlike. Literally, it always becomes like a fucking basic ass dream. You see what I'm saying? Where I'm either going through my own karmic tendencies or I'm learning shit which helps me to become a better human. I'm learning certain life lessons, right? You see what I'm saying? So that always like nigga like if you fall unconscious in the astral and you don't come back to your body, it's gonna be dreamlike. Facts. You know what I'm saying? It's the same exact shit. So astral projection and lucid dreaming are the same. Lucid dreaming is a form of astral projection that tends to take place like when most people think of a lucid dream, they think of those dreams where either one, I did this, where either they're just super aware while having a dream, right? It's like the first stage. And then full lucidity is when you have complete control over the reality, which, by the way, that happens mainly in a certain level of the astral, like the 3D astral, right? So if you project, and by the way, the 3D astral is not the physical astral. That's the 1D astral, okay? Niggas be fucking up the whole 3D and it's the physical. No, it is. I made a video about this shit long time ago. Anyway, you can definitely, like, you could even leave. I've done this before where I literally left my body, and it's like when I left my body, I've ended up inside the 3D astral, and I was able to literally bend the whole reality. It controlled this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I saw that while coming out of body. You know what I'm saying? I've also experienced it as simply I'm inside of a dream, and I'm like, hold the fuck up, nigga. I'm dreaming. I'm inside the astral. And there has been times where I can't always control it, and that's because sometimes you're not inside the 3D astral. But if you're inside the 3D astral, you can control the experience fully. So when people have lucid dreams in the sense of I actually did make everything up on some fully conscious shit, that's because they became aware of themselves inside the 3D astral. But some people will become aware inside the 4D astral, and it's like they could like for me, right? I've became aware so many times in the 4D astral where it's like I'm just learning where it's like I'm just learning different life lessons. Like I'll like be in a fucking school learning some life lesson shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Then it's like I'll become fucking conscious type shit. And it's like I can't control the reality because it's not my mind making that shit up. However, I can start to fucking fly and do certain astral abilities, right? Like I could control my astral body now. My astral body could do a whole bunch of shit, but I can't manipulate the whole reality if I'm not inside the 3D astral. You see what I'm saying? So had to mention that shit too right there, you know? But yeah, astral projection, right, could happen as a lucid dream. It could happen as a OBE. You know what I'm saying? These are all astral experiences. So please stop separating the two. For all the people who are scared to see themselves come out of body, guess what? You don't have to. Now, there are certain benefits when you do actually see yourself come out of your body, which I mentioned that shit in the course, of course. You know what I'm saying? But essentially, number one, it could seem more real sometimes. Number two, you'll kind of like carry etheric essence more. And number three, you may be closer to the physical plane, right? But I explain more in depth about what that actually means inside the course. Like, if I were to explain that shit now, this video would get way longer. You know what I'm saying? To kind of get off topic. But my whole entire point is the fact that depending on, depending on, ha- depending on what level of the astral you're in, along with how conscious you are, is going to dictate if you're just making everything up, if you're just perceiving it unclear, or whatever the heck, right? So I think I got my point across. If you get good with dreaming, you're getting good with astral projection. You're just practicing that form. You're just not doing the OBE shit. You know what I'm saying? Which has benefits and drawbacks. I explain all that shit inside the course and how to kind of work around them too. There's so much shit inside that course, bro. If you've been thinking about that shit and it's not gonna like hurt your bank and stuff like that, bro, I really recommend that shit. Not even like fuck me trying to get paid, bro, because you could do all this shit yourself for a fact, for a fucking fact. It's just that if you're able to, it's not gonna break the bank, and you was already thinking about it. I'm telling you now, that shit has motherfucking sauce. Because if you're scared to OBE, I teach how to motherfucking just do like the whole lucid dream shit. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to just lucid dream and actually have the OBE, I teach that shit too. I teach everything and why they're seen as separate, why they're different. I talk about different cultures who use different forms to astral project. I talk about so much shit. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I love you all. I'm gonna catch you in my next video. All my links are down below. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, subscribe. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Peace out.